Hi everyone, on Saturday, March the 21st, a traditional ITV 7. On Saturday, the best of the action from Kelso and Newbury. Kelso, the ground conditions edging towards good. The track's been vertidrained since the last meeting there. It's going to be pretty quick, I would imagine. And a similar story at Newbury, just on the softer side of good at the time of recording. We start off with our daily nap, sponsored by Priced Up Bet. This goes in the 3 o'clock at Newbury, the 2 mile 4 furlong mares handicap hurdle. A really valuable race this, with some up and coming mares, and I think Charisma Cat is the one to side with. Now Alan King, I think it's fair to say he doesn't quite have the jumping team that he used to have, but they're in terrific form at the minute. 7 winners in the last fortnight at a 27% strike rate, Alan, and Charisma Cat has progressed every single run over hurdles. She's a smooth traveller, she needs dropping out, she's got a brief turn of foot, and she needs producing late. Tom Bellamy knows her well. She's run 2 cracking races in defeat, one at this track behind a very useful mare of Jamie Snowden's, which she rather allowed to get first run, but still finished a cracking second. And last time out of Market Raisin, she bumped into one in Charisma, who they put the crown jewels on in the JP McManus colours. And Charisma Cat was the only one to really give that rival a race. She now goes into handicaps. I think she's on a potentially lenient mark. She's up a few furlongs in trip. I don't think that'd be any issue, provided she settles, which she should do in this big field, strongly run race. And as I say, I'll be disappointed if she doesn't go very close here with a clean round of jumping. Our value angle selection, sponsored by Priced Up Bet, goes in the 150 at Newbury, a 2 mile 3 furlong handicap hurdle, and I like Diamond Coda here for Nick Kent. Now Nick only got a handful of horses, but he does pretty well with them, and this smooth traveller had been extremely frustrating. Managed to run 11 times over hurdles without winning until getting it right at Doncaster last time out, and watch that run back. Well, Diamond Coda could be named the winner before they turned for home at Donny, and I always think at Doncaster the ground there is so loose, they tend to finish absolutely unconscious and strung out all over Yorkshire. But Diamond Coda was a very unusual how smoothly he travels. Now he's obviously on a much faster surface at Newbury this afternoon, and he has gone up £8 in one hit for that ready success, so they've not missed him. But the way he travels, I think he'll be a different proposition on better spring ground here. His regular claiming riders booked Tom Broughton. I think he can go really close here at a double figure price. The remaining 5 races on ITV on Saturday, we'll spin through them in time order. Over to Kelso for the 1 o'clock, a 3 mile listed mares hurdle. Well, Tankardsdown Diva's got plenty to find on the figures, just progressing up from handicaps. But again, she's a real smooth traveller, and again, I think on better ground, it could bring out more improvement. I loved the way she went through the race last time out. She always had them covered and then quick and readily clear. She'll need to be ridden with patience. As I say, this is a much better race, but at the prices, she's worth chancing. Her trainer Tom Ellis, by the way, very much one to keep on side of. Over to Newbury for a novice hurdle at 115. Lots of them up the front of the market with reasonable form, but Gambino has to be very interesting here for Dan Skelton. Dan continued in terrific form, 10 winners in the last fortnight, obviously fresh from a couple of plots at the Cheltenham Festival, and Gambino looks a very interesting recruit to hurdling. He was with Noel Mead for just a couple of runs in Ireland, posting a useful level on the flat, and started off with Dan in that Southwell race, the get up for Constitution Hill, and Gambino is far from disgrace, having pulled hard. Now this might be an educational sighter as well, but he's certainly one to keep an eye on in a race where stakes are best kept very small. Over to Kelso for the 130. A 2 mile 5 handicap hurdle. 1 million horses were declared for this race. I think it's significant that Dan sends Brookside La up here under Tristan Durrell, a completely unexposed handicapper who ran a career best when 3rd in a huge field at Newbury in January. There's loads more improvement in the tank after 5 career starts over hurdles so far, and I think he can improve past some more exposed northern rivals. Back to Newbury for the 225, a 2 mile 4 handicap chase. Well, Heltenham sprang a shock at 20 to 1 over this course and distance a few weeks ago under Charlie Todd. A lot of these Skelton horses, by the way, if they're not ridden by Harry, the market seems to sort of reject them and they can drift wildly. But Heltenham had been promising better and bounced back to his best under a very confident ride, and the horse he beat, Blow Your Wad, is a very progressive horse of the moors. Nothing wrong with the form. Now he has gone up £6, but he's got pretty identical conditions here. He should get a good gallop to aim at, and Harry takes over from Charlie Todd. Hopefully he can pounce late on Helton now that he's got his confidence back. And finally back to Kelso for the 240, a 2 mile 5 handicap chase. A similar story here. Diamond Dealer for Dan Skelton again. Now he's a handicap who remains open to more improvement after just 4 career starts. I thought he ran an absolute screamer from the front last time out, going with real zest, and just picked off late by Wish You Well, a horse who was dropped out stone last. Kelso, not a bad track to go off the front. Tristan Durrell likely to put his jumping to good use, and he can see these northern rivals off under an attacking ride. Best of luck with all 7 ITV races on Saturday, everyone. Please do like and comment with your own fancies on the YouTube videos. If you get a mo, subscribe to the free channel if you haven't already, and please do check out our sponsor, Priced Up Bet. There's loads of enhancements on these busy Saturdays.